What's going on? Matt Savoca here, filling in for Josh Engelman here at Awesemo.com for this Saturday, March 5th, 2022, bringing you my top plays on DraftKings. An exciting 5-game slate here. But before we get into this one, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do. And if you could give me, Matt Savoca, a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that's always much appreciated as well. We'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, No House Advantage. No House Advantage, or NHA, is bringing you a different way to enjoy DFS with player props contests. It's 100% peer-to-peer to help level the playing field, and they have over 500 player props offered right now. All new users can get up to a $25 deposit bonus with promo code Awesemo. Remember, there's mass entry capabilities, big prize pools, and you can beat your friends, not the house. Use our NHA projections and optimal lineup tool on Awesemo.com to help you take down big prizes over there, and you can download it on the App Store or just play over on NoHouseAdvantage.com. Check out the ad down below as well if you need more information. Okay, guys, here on the screen, you see my 10 through 6 of my top plays on DraftKings for this Saturday. A bit of a logjam here in that 10 through 6 range with a 19% chance. We've got Charlotte's Miles Bridges in a decent matchup. He's got a solid shot at being the optimal lineup, but not quite as good as the trio of CJ Ellerby, LaMelo Ball, and Desmond Bane. Obviously, two of these are value options. Ball is the one that you're going to pay up in salary for. All three of them are tied with a 20% chance of being in the optimal lineup, which is just below Heat star Jimmy Butler. Again, Oladipo going to be playing here most likely. Butler has missed time of late, and yet we still have him projected for 41 points in a exciting matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers. Butler is in the optimal lineup a solid 21% of the time, but he doesn't crack the top 5. Who does? Let's watch and find out. At number 5 and just ahead, and I really do mean decimal points ahead of Jimmy Butler, it's Memphis JAREN Jackson Jr. He is in a solid spot here against Orlando, and he's got a median projection north of 32 points. We'll take it. He hits his GPP goal a pretty solid amount of time, and we've got him projected for over 28 minutes, which would be about a minute more than he's averaged over his last 10 games. A solid contribution all around, looking like a 16-6 game as a median projection for JAREN Jackson here against Orlando, who has struggled against big men a lot this season. I think JAREN Jackson's ceiling is even better. Look at that 5% chance of scoring a 50-plus game. Triple J in the optimal lineup a solid 21% of the time. At number 4, we just got a lot of Portland Trailblazers you barely heard of at value prices who are getting a whole lot of minutes. This is the first of them we're really going to dig into. KEON Johnson, the shooting guard for Portland, just a $3,200 salary, but we've got him projected for 25 plus minutes here. That'd be 4 minutes more than his 10-game average in minutes played, and solid contributions here as a median projection as well. Certainly more than what he's averaged all season long. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists. That would be just fine, most likely, considering the salary-based expectations. Not a whole lot of players that we can project for this kind of usage and this kind of production, even if the matchup is going to be bad. I mean, Minnesota's not the worst matchup in the world, but Portland is just so banged up. They're offering us value plays. We'll take it. KEON Johnson slides in at number 4, a 25% chance of being in the optimal lineup. At number 3, yet another Portland Trailblazers, big at this time, but TRENDON Watford at least signed for a couple years here. Portland obviously sees Watford as part of their plans in this rebuild, and you can expect more minutes from Watford with so many players out. Nearly 7 minutes more in projected minutes for Watford than what he's averaged over his last 10 games here. And we've seen that playing time continue to increase of late, especially with players like Nurkic out of the lineup now. Not quite 10% as 10 points as a median projection, so not as good as KEON Johnson as a scorer, but in other ways Watford should contribute, like in the rebounding category, where we have him projected for nearly 7.5 boards and a solid 2.5 assists as well. I think he's going to get a block. We got him at an 80% chance of at least 1 block and a solid 14% chance of scoring 32 or more fantasy points. A 50-point game is not happening here, but if you're looking for solid projection compared to salary-based expectation, get one of these value Blazers in your lineup. Watford slides in at number 3. At At number 2, did you think we were done with value Portland Trailblazers tonight against Minnesota? Nope, we're not. Drew EUBANKS, number 2. He's going to be the starting big for the Trailblazers here. He's got a higher salary than Watford and Johnson here, 4,600, a decent projection all around, even though the minutes projection for him is less than a player like Watford. We think he's going to score more, nearly 11.5 as a median points projection. And look at that rebounding projection, 9.0 on the dot. That would be a solid line if he just gets to 11.5 and 9. We even got him tacking on 1.9 assists and 1.2 blocks. He could seriously get to 35 or more fantasy points here at a $4,600 salary. Personally, I actually think I prefer Watford. I'm only playing one of these value Blazers in my lineup. I don't need all of them, but they are keys to help unlock these high salary, these premium salary players that are all over this Saturday slate. Drew EUBANKS in 29% of our optimal lineups slides in at number 2. Now, before I reveal my final play, my number 1 play on DraftKings for this Saturday slate, just want to remind you guys one more time, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, hitting that notification bell too so you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do, but that really helps us out. And if you guys could give me, Matt Savoca, a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that'd be much appreciated as well. It's been really fun filling in for Josh these last few Saturdays. I think it's going to keep going for a little bit here, but Josh, still the GOAT. We're always thankful for him as well. You can follow him at Josh Engelman as well. And we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor one last time, No House Advantage. Use promo code Awesemo to get up to a $25 first match deposit bonus to start playing those player prop contests over there. Okay, guys, let's get into my number 1 play on DraftKings for this Saturday. My number 1 play on DraftKings tonight is LeBron James. That is the premium salary player I'm aiming to get to because even though the Lakers are bad, James should produce plenty against the Warriors, projected for nearly 39 minutes, projected for nearly 31 points, for nearly 9.5 rebounds, even 6 assists, 1.6 steals as a median projection. I think that's very, very fair. He's got a median projection as well, north of 55 points. So just looking at projection compared to salary-based expectation, LeBron James is clearly in the you can play him category, and that ceiling projection that we've got for him is really solid as well. I do not think the Lakers are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a blowout, and I think there's a possibility that the star players could actually have their playing time limited if this is a blowout late in the game. Nonetheless, I'm still trying to get to as much LeBron James as I can tonight. He is in the optimal lineup more than anyone else, 32% of the time. And that is going to do it for my top plays on DraftKings for this Saturday in the NBA. If you're looking for the FanDuel version of this video, it's around here somewhere. Go ahead and look for it on the channel. We will be back, and Josh will be back with all of your needs in the contenders category and for all of the coverage leading up to tip-off this Saturday. Make sure to keep it right here on the Awesemo YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm Matt Savoca. We'll see you guys later.